This is going to be the third part of my video tutorial. So in my first tutorial, what I had, okay, so I had a, I had the enumeration, the suite enumeration, and then I defined the card and defined a class called deck, right? And then I have a field called cards, which is basically a deck, which will contain each individual card, like all the 53, I don't know, yeah, 53 cards from the deck of cards. So basically, once inside the constructor, I have up to now I haven't defined any method, and now I have defined a little method called add card into this class called playing card deck. So the class is very simple. This is how I define a class, right? I have an add card method, and it takes a parameter of data type playing card. And then once I obtain the card, basically all I'm doing is pushing that card into the cards deck. And then so basically this method is, if you look at this one, how it is converted into how it looks like in JavaScript. If you go into JavaScript file, this is the one right here. So here is the name of the method, the name of the method add card. So basically it's using the JavaScript prototype extension. This is how it adds a method. So using the prototype, it's create anonymous method which takes the card object and just puts the card object into the cards. Very neat. And then it just return it. That is really cool. And then this is and then all I have is this one to push all the cards. So by one I push all the cards into the array. That's what I have done so far. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, I have these images in my folder. I'm gonna go and grab those. I have some images here. Basically, yeah, these are the cards. So let's see. I'm gonna rename this guy as that folder as a cards, just so that it will be, I don't have to rename the path. Okay, which is cool. And then basically grab this card here and put all the cards into my project. Alright, cool. So now I have the corresponding cards in here. Yes, alright. Here is the cards, and the corresponding cards are there. Alright, now I have the card. Now it's always good. Now now the little method here. I can write a little method to display a card, kind of like this. So from the deck, for a deck, I'm going to ask card. Okay, this is a method I'm going to write. I'm going to add to the deck. So I'll explain to what this guy is basically doing. Okay, here is my another function, get card, and when you call this get card method, I'm going to pass I want to pass the integer number, a number value right here. That's why I'm saying the parameter is data type number, and then this would return me a random number that is going to grab from the card, from the deck. Okay, the implementation is pretty easy. I define array of cards. Like remember, I was telling you before, it's just a JavaScript. The Typescript is just a, you can have any JavaScript. This is purely JavaScript bar card list. This is my array, and this for loop basically going through all the counts, as many as you want, and then on each iteration they're grabbing a random card. This is my cards, and then I'm basically saying floor and give me a random card, which would give me a random number from 0 to 1, and I multiply that number by a length of the card, which is 53 minus 1, so it's a 52 multiplied by whatever that number is, and converting that to floor. And basically I'm trying to create a random index so that I can grab the card in the given index and putting that card into the card list. Okay, and then just return this card to the color. That is it. That's the function. That is that function is doing. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I would like to shuffle. You know, it's always a good idea to shuffle. That's to get the card, and I write a method to shuffle the deck. So basically, this is to shuffle, like, you know, every time this n, I'm passing this parameter n right here, which is a number. You can tell me, you can shuffle the deck as many times as you like. So this shuffling would occurs. You can pass the value. How many times you would like to shuffle the deck? Do as many times as you like. That's, I have this double loop right here. This n is like the number that you're telling it to how many times you shuffle, and then the second loop right here is basically going to the every cards on each iteration, basically grabbing a random card and calling this swap function. You know, very common thing that we do when we do swapping, using the temp variable to store the first one and then grab the, you know, very common thing to do, right? This is the loop. Okay, this is just a shuffle function. Just a little computer science for loop, computer science logic, right? From your college, if you remember this one. Okay, anyway, that's to shuffle, and now I have a method to grab the card, and now I can ask it to shuffle the card if I want, which is cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and build this guy. Yes, to all my friends, and I want to see the dig now is how it changes in JavaScript. Remember, we added add card method. It extended using prototype, and I have a prototype called get card method and pass the count right here. Exactly the same thing, no changes because, you know, the exactly the same JavaScript code. And here is our shuffle method for the deck right here. Looks like, you know, if somebody has written only purely, imagine, you know, we have to write this code only in JavaScript, but we have no type checking using, you know, and if you are a good JavaScript developer, you can understand what's really going on here, which is cool, which is really cool. Now, okay, of course, you know, I want to do one more thing. Now, let's say I want to write a manager, like a card manager or something like that. Let's go ahead and define a card manager like that, that manages the, okay, let's go ahead and define a card displayer method. In here, I'm going to go and define a new class here and say card, it's my Typescript. Let's say card manager. Card. You know what? Let's really define the card manager. Okay. Somebody manage the card. Okay. I have a card manager DTS file. Get rid of that, and of course, you know, like as I've been telling you, I will of course using the same namespace. Right here, and of course here, so basically it's going to be a class. The name of this class is going to be card manager. Card manager is the purpose of the team to manage the card. And in here, well, I don't have to rewrite it because I have already written. I'm gonna define a display method in this class. And I'll tell you what display method does. Something when you do copying and pasting. And okay, so remember, all I'm doing here,